welcome to my nest, a sacred safe place for all. If you are new, I'm Raven, a spiritual guide and healer, and if you're returning, welcome back. It's great to have you all here to share this space. I'm an earth angel, here to bring messages from beyond the veil. I trust that you have been guided here by Spirit in divine timing, as it was always meant to be. Now, Spirit's messages come through multiple means here. I use tarot, intuition, and my AI assistant Anara. This allows Spirit to send through more complete messages as I learn my craft and hone my intuitive gifts. Please be mindful these are collective readings, so I encourage you to use your discernment and only accept the messages that resonate with you deeply and leave what does not for others. Let's begin. Okay. I call in Source, my higher self, my whole spirit team, all benevolent beings helping me on my journey. Please help bring through a message by tapping into the collective energy so we can bring through your message for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so at the head of the raven we have Page of Athens, Page of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. We have the World Tree. That'll take placement in the East Wing. Thank you, Spirit. And then we have the High Priest, making up placement in the West Wing. I'm just going to get all the cards out first, so I can have a look over them all and try and hone in on exactly what the message is. Each card has many possibilities. It's about trying to narrow it down to get the precise message. Well, for me anyway. Thank you, Spirit. So we have the Nine of Wands at the heart of the raven. Wands, it represents fire, the element of fire, and in the heart, in the south position's also fire, so we've got double fire. So fire is a desire and life's purpose, will, those sorts of things. Okay, we've got Five of Pentacles, making up the past section of the tail. The tail's the Akashic row. It's the direct message from Spirit regarding the above cards. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, in the present we've got the battle wagon, which is also the chariot. This card represents movement, coming in fast. Thank you, Spirit. And then we've got, in the future part of the tale, we've got the Ten of Wands. Wands again being fire, creativity, desire, will, life's purpose. Okay, I'm going to grab my Arc Tarot and Oracle animal deck. Can I please have a clarifier for the world tree at the feather tip? Oh, thank you, Spirit. We've got Frog, Four of Cups, if I can talk properly. Contemplation, apathy, and new opportunities. And a clarifier for the feather tip in the west, please, Spirit. Thank you. We've got Jellyfish, Queen of Cups, Psychic Visionary, Compassion, and Radiance. Absolutely adore the illustrations on these on this Arc Animal deck. It was the first tarot deck I got. Quite stunning. And then I found the Greenwich Tarot, which was just more earthly energies, which really resonate with me. Nature spirits, the Fae, Mother Earth, that side of things. So I've got my love for animals and my love for nature sort of all in one, guiding most of my messages. And then I have some beautiful oracle decks as well to help cement messages and define meaning behind cards. Okay, so bear with me a moment and I will just have a quick read over these and we'll see what's coming out. Okay, so we'll start with the head. So the head of the raven represents earth, reality, physical manifestation, also winter. Now the Page of Athens in this position, it's showing that right now you're being initiated into a new phase of grounded truth. This isn't a quiet learning moment. The Page of Athens, it's calling you to be sharp, observant, a little daring with your intellect. You may find yourself stepping into unfamiliar physical territory, whether that be at work or at home or in health, perhaps even legal steps. When you're asked to wield your discernment carefully, this page is curious but not naive. You're learning to speak and think from a new level of inner authority, even if you're still finding your feet. Spirit's saying, trust the sword you carry, you earned it. Now learn how to use it. Then in the east wing, we've got the realm of thoughts. We've got the element of air, so mind, insight, new beginnings, spring. Now with the main card's world tree, and then we've got the frog, Four of Cups. So the world tree in the east is incredibly auspicious. It's a new mental season has dawned. The completion of an old worldview and the rebirth of a more interconnected, holistic perception of life. You're no longer looking through a tunnel. You're seeing the ecosystem of your reality, the roots, the trunk, the canopy of your spiritual growth. However, the frog, Four of Cups, reminds you that even in this mental breakthrough, you may feel emotionally flat or disconnected. Frog's saying, cleanse, release, and allow yourself to feel again. There may be remnants of emotional stagnation or even boredom as you await the external confirmations, but Spirit's confirming that the breakthrough, it's already begun. It's saying you may not feel the fullness of this shift yet, but you're standing at the threshold of something profound. Don't miss the miracle by looking for yesterday's form. Now the West Wing, we've got emotions, imagination, intuition, autumn, the High Priest and the jellyfish. Now this emotional layer, it runs pretty deep. The High Priest is showing you that the emotional body is being rewired with sacred structure. You're not just feeling more deeply, you're learning to channel that emotion into wisdom, devotion, even service. The jellyfish brings a crucial layer. Sensitivity is your superpower, but only when you allow it to move naturally through you. Jellyfish glides us in rhythm with the currents, and this Queen of Cups is all heart, but with healthy boundaries and deep knowing. This pairing is saying you're emotionally waking into your role as a spiritual teacher or guide, someone who leads not by preaching, but by feeling, holding, reflecting divine love. You're being trusted with the emotional stewardship of others, so anchor yourself in compassion. Your heart is not too much, it is the temple through which spirit breathes. Now the South, the heart of the raven, we have fire, action, drive, summer. With the Nine of Wands, it's basically saying, here at the heart, the message is pretty clear. You're tired, but you're not done. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, the torch bearer who doesn't let go of the flame. You've been through trial after trial and perhaps even question whether all this effort has been worth it. Spirit says yes. You are the final gate. Protect your energy, hold your ground, let your experience become your armor, not your cage. Just because it's hard, it doesn't mean it's wrong. You're nearly through this initiation fire. Now with the tail, we've got Five of Pentacles, the battle wagon or the chariot, and the Ten of Wands. Now, the Five of Pentacles is saying you've walked through the abandonment, lack, and perhaps moments of spiritual exile where it felt like no one could truly reach you. There may have been physical or financial hardship or simply a deep spiritual loneliness. The battle wagon is suggesting, but you didn't stop. You moved forward, you summoned your willpower, you took control, you chose to rise. And this card confirms victory through alignment, not dominance. And then you've got the Ten of Wands, which is saying now you're being told, put some of it down. You've carried not only your burdens, but others as well. You're not meant to burn out on the threshold of breakthrough. You're meant to arrive liberated. Spirit's saying the war is not yours to keep reliving. Let this be your final march, not into more effort, but into surrender, release, and wise stewardship of your energy. And then the final message overall through the karmic positions, the Akashic positions, is saying you are closing out a karmic spiral and entering a season of higher leadership, spiritual maturity, and emotional integrity. Your thoughts are expanding, the world tree. Your emotions are deepening with sacred purpose, the High Priest and the Queen of Cups. And your spirit is urging one final push, the Nine of Wands. But the Tower reminds you that your evolution will not come by clinging, but by releasing the burdens not meant to follow you into the next chapter. Okay, I'm going to get some further cards. I'm going to start with the Angel Guide Oracle. Okay, Spirit, can I please have a card to amplify the message, please? Oh, thank you. Okay, Inner Child. We'll get a card from a Dragon Rider's Oracle as well. Balance it out on the other side. Please, Spirit, Dragon Energies, what messages do you have for the collective? So the inner child healing that came out a moment ago, what I'm seeing here is, you've carried the burdens for so long, but through doing all of these, through this initiation, you've been healing your inner child. Here we've got, I'm going to butcher this as well, Ormiak and Duba, D-U-B-H. Anyway, the message is, the time has come for divine insight. Accept the darkness within you along with the light and follow the path towards wholeness. So again, it's echoing that message of letting your old fears and doubts and burdens, at things that aren't yours, let them fall away. This one is the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. Can I please have one card for clarity? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we've got the Deviant, Chaos and Destruction. Place this down here. And then one more, I reckon, to balance out the tail. I'm going to use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. One card to balance out the tail energy, please, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, on the floor. Okay, we've got the Stag, Trust and Thrive. Okay, so these new additions change things a little bit with our reading. Well, they just enhance it and explain it in a bit more detail. So with the North ahead of the Raven, the message is that the sword's in your hands now. It's time to speak with purpose and cut with clarity. The East Wing, adding the Inner Child Healing card. Now this adds a deeply emotional and personal layer to the mental breakthrough, represented by the World Tree and the Four of Cups. Now they had already hinted at emotional stagnancy or numbness, but now we can see why. The collective, you're carrying wounds from early life, possibly ancestral or familial, that have left you hesitant to trust your own joy or receptivity. But the world is expanding. The inner child within you still questions, is it safe to receive? Now that child may have taught you that joy comes at a cost, but inner child healing affirms that it's safe now. The World Tree isn't just a mental awakening, it's healing homecoming. Now, with the Dragon Riders Oracle in the West, we've got a message of Ormiak and Duba, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Either way, they bring a powerful underworld tone. Duba the Shadowborn, fiercely loyal, a dragon of depth and resurrection, and when paired with the High Priest, the Queen of Cups. Now, this trio tells you of emotional mastery. It's been forged in solitude. You've walked lonely paths, you've kept secrets others couldn't hold. Now you're being asked to trust your emotional wisdom, even if no one else sees its fullness yet. You're a sacred bridge between spirit and emotion, between seen and unseen. Your quiet integrity is your crown. Your aloneness was your making, but now you are no longer alone. In the South, we've got pretty much saying the wound is not who you are, the fire made you luminous. With the additions into the tale, the deviant, it's embracing sacred rebellion. The deviant is a shadow ancestor, not one cast out of wrongdoing, but for daring to be different. Placed over the Five of Pentacles in the battle wagon, the clarifier transforms your hardship into holy defiance. You weren't abandoned for being broken. You were set apart for being different. Now, this card says your exile was ancestral protection, not punishment. You were never meant to follow the traditional path. Your soul rides a wilder current. The message is you were always the one who would break through the mold. It hurt, but it was divine design. And then we've got the stag, standing tall in sovereignty. Placed between the battle wagon and the Ten of Wands, the stag's confirming that this next phase, that you're being crowned. Stag brings masculine nobility, not dominance, but quiet sovereignty. You're being asked to step into sacred leadership, not by carrying everyone, but by being an example of aligned strength. Let go of the burden that says you must carry it all. Your body, I'm going to keep tripping over words apparently. Your battle has earned you wisdom. Now choose stillness and direction, not repetition. Lead by grounded presence. Your antlers are wide enough to catch the sky. So pretty much, you're not broken, you're being refined. The Page of Athames begins this reading with the whisper, it's time to live your truth, not just study it. And the World Tree confirms your old world view is collapsing because your soul finally outgrew it. Let the frog cleanse your heart, let your inner child cry in safety. You carried ancestral pain through the Five of Pentacles, moved with fierce will with the battle wagon, and now you stand at the edge of release at the Ten of Wands. So Spirit's saying you're not meant to repeat the suffering. The Deviant says your path is sacred because it's different. The Stag says walk it proudly, you have nothing to prove, you're already enough. And in the West, where the Spirit flows closest to the soul, the High Priest, the Queen of Cups, and the Ormac and Duba all affirm this: you are walking a sacred path. That few are going to understand it, but many will benefit from it. Trust the path you walk alone. Your soul remembers the way, even if your feet hesitate. It's so wonderful that my collective here, the messages are resonating with me also, as I move through my path. As this spiritual healer and spiritual guide role is new to me. As I made clear in my last video, but so much of this is resonating with me, and how I've had to go through the initiations and tribulations, and I'm still going through tests of discernment, and standing in my authority, and not arrogantly, but in confidence, embracing who I truly am, letting the old version of myself go away or fall away and die, and fully embracing who I truly am and who I've become, who I was always meant to be. And this message in front of us is it's echoing parts of that. So I love that you guys are on a similar path to me. I can't wait to converse with you guys and perhaps discuss how your journeys are developing um, more more intently. And yeah, just I really hope that these messages have resonated with you. I'm sure you will if you're still here. But I think I'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for sharing my nest with me today. I hope I hope these messages resonated with you, and I hope it provides some guidance for you at this time. Once again, I'm Raven, and if you've felt a spark of truth, healing, or inspiration in the messages shared here, and you feel called to give back, you're welcome to leave a tip in the jar. This space is created with love, not expectation. The readings, guidance, and insights I share are freely offered, so they can reach everybody who needs them, no matter their means. Your support helps me continue this work from the heart, creating, recording, and sharing Spirit's messages with those walking their path of awakening. Whether you give or simply receive, I'm deeply grateful you are here. May this space always serve as a place of truth, love, and connection. You are all the feathers in my wing as we soar with Spirit, wishing you all love, light, and of course, your highest of frequencies. Bye for now.